Hi everyone, this is Dave Bennett from Website Marketing Solutions and MOWG-Pro, and I want to show you two new things, the MOWG Professional 2.0 and the MOWG Toolbar version 17. And we have just reached this new level. It's not funny, we pretty much automated the var sheet. In other words, you almost don't even have to know English to handle MOWG runs anymore. I'm going to walk you through the steps. You may or may not understand them right away, but we did put out the new training. And so right now, it's still on my YouTube page only. So if you went to my YouTube page, youtube.com/maxed traffic, that's MAXCD, maxed traffic, all one word. Then there's actually 13 total videos, so it starts a little bit lower. And the first two is the MOWG System Introduction, part 1 and 2. And part 1, already at the 3-minute mark, we start looking at Google results and talking about 5 different ways you can hit the front page, things you can do that you want to do with the MOWG Pro. And so that goes on. We just get into it with a lot of good discussion and really explain what's going on. I just got these out. People don't know about them yet, hardly. And then past that, the MOWG Pro tutorial now. Okay, this is the new MOWG tutorial, and it's 11 parts, and it's something like 4 hours total that just walk through what I'm going to show you a preview of right about now. So how fast can something be done? This is just crazy. Let's say I wanted to start with something, right? And I'm talking about, what if you could have a prospect on the phone, or you wanted to do a website for yourself and you wanted to have this thing done in just like minutes, and you want thousands of readable pages coming off of it in like minutes. So again, let's use this because we've used this so many times before. MOWG-affiliate.com, and let me just show you how it looks now. As a matter of fact, time me. So just pay attention. MOWG-affiliate.com. We import the web page, done. And I do need to save this somewhere actually, so let me step back. Let me create a folder because, I want a project, right? So let's just say MOWG affiliate, and then inside there we create a new Excel sheet. Now we have it. I don't even have to rename it. Now let's do it. MOWG-affiliate.com. Okay, and it's going to import the page, and I can already just save it as an HTML page and see what it looks like. Literally, it's already saved as index.html just by clicking the button. And of course, I need to fix all those relative URLs. The page is there, but I have to resolve the relative URLs to full URLs. So I just do this, universal fixes. Make sure the bottom line's for MOWG-affiliate.com, or else use add edit to make that change. That's the last step. And hit replace, and I'm done. So now I just hit save as HTML, and it asks me, do you want to overwrite? I say, yeah, go ahead. Now let's see how it looks. And everything is straight. It's all here. Everything is good about it. I like it. So let's just continue. This is going to blow your mind. We're going to go code to vars, that you know already, most of you. And then I'm going to run the thesaurus on that whole line. Okay? So I selected the whole row and I run the thesaurus. Here's what's different. We're not going to use any of these words. We only ran the thesaurus to get placeholders for words that are going to tend to have variables. They're just placeholders. It's a way of doing most of the work at once. Here's where everything changes. I'm going to hit var sheet coding to alphanumerics. It's over here. It's an optional syntax generator. That's for those of you that went ahead and got the spinner that we suggest. And I'll break that down later. If you get it through our link, we'll give you the MOWG Toolbar version 17 free. And just for record, okay, let me just put it this way. For the record, so you don't forget, let me just set the format here kind of high so you can definitely see this link. And here's what it is. MOWG-crew.com/redirect/best-spinner.html. Now, if you do that, if you get access to this spinner, because it's a charge by thing, but it's like 50 cents a day. Okay, if you get access to this, and I'll show you how fast and how well it works, you can do 10 runs a day with this thing, and it'll do the majority of the work for you all at once. It's really crazy. And it's intelligent. It knows the difference between saying, I write with a pen, and sheep live in a pen. it actually understands the difference of the word pen in context. So it's really, really good at getting most of the work done. The final thing we like about it is that it learns in real time. As people submit feedback on variations or make changes or add variations, it just databases all that. So it constantly gets better. Literally every minute it gets better. It's absolutely worth the like 50 cents a day it costs. It's like 17 bucks a month or something like that. Okay, so if you get it from here, then just contact me later and let me know you did, and I'll give you the MOWG Toolbar version 17 free. That's especially for those of you who do not have the MOWG Pro, but you find you want this toolbar for the MOWG HTML generator. Final note, if you get this toolbar and you only have the MOWG HTML generator, this toolbar does not have mass and uniques functions at all, no blitz uniques, no anything like that. So save your old MOWG toolbar and just attach this one as well. You'll flip back and forth using them, that's all. But you can use them in the same sheet. It's perfectly fine. Those of you who do have the MOWG Pro, you're going to love this. So what did I do? I converted this to what's 2 lines here because the spinner can only handle 1,000 words max per line. Watch this. I'm going to copy this first line and I'm going to go to my spinner. And again, make sure to get it through that link. Okay? And I'm going to go to the link and I'm going to log in. Okay, and I'm going to rewrite my articles, and I'm going to use spin multiple articles. It's a bulk rewrite because I've got 2 pieces to do. There's the first piece, get rid of the stray space, add another article. Let me go back and get the second piece while we're at it. It doesn't matter how big our web page is, we can just keep adding another article until we're done. And yes, the toolbar now works with very large web pages. When it imports, it can handle very large web pages now. For anyone who wanted to know, there's basically no limit anymore. And so now that I'm here, I just hit start the bulk rewrite process and look at what it says. This will take approximately 47 seconds to finish. It's going to run about a minute. And it's going to do about 80% of my var sheet work for me. The variations it's going to come up with are going to be generally decent. And instead of having to spend like 2 hours or more trying to create my own var sheet, now I only have to spend like 15 minutes reviewing their results just to perfect it. And for those of you who are creating these kinds of runs for backlinking purposes, you're going to put a lot of these pages even on your own website, but you're going to have them all point to a destination page on your website to drive all the page rank that you're generating from all those new pages straight to the destination page. You don't even necessarily have to care. As long as they're mostly readable and do the job and you're not worried about whether humans see them, then you don't even really have to care. If you are worried about humans seeing them, it'll just take you another 15 minutes or so to clean up the results once you get used to the process. Run after run after run. I had a guy tell me he finished 5 MOWG runs in 3 days. He was excited, and that was before we could do this piece that we're doing now. And now he can do more like 5 to 10 runs a day. Literally, if he, and the guy who was saying that, that's George Gonzalez actually. If he was doing them for clients and charged 1,500 per run, then he could make 7,500 in 3 days that way. That was then. Wait till now. You can do more like 15,000 a day if you're doing 10 runs in a day at 1,500 a piece, and you can charge more. Anyway, take a look. Let me open this in a new tab and open that in a new tab, and keep in note that it always goes in order. So the first one's actually the one at the bottom, then the next one's the one at the top. So these came out in reverse order. I'm going to start with this one where the number's low. I'm going to select all. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste this back in Excel, but I need a new sheet for it. So sheet 2, double click in the box so I can paste it into the box and hit OK. Now let me get the other piece because I need to do this all at once, or at least I want to. Select all, no limits. I mean, this is crazy. So I double click, paste, and you're going to see this in a minute. We're going to convert from spinner syntax, and we're back to regular spinner syntax, but we still have to deal with these alphanumerics. That's alphanumerics to var sheet coding. Where was the original code? On that tab called Code to SRW. When I hit submit, it changes all that coding back. And guess what that means? My var sheet was almost fully done for me just now. Look at that. And I can go all the way across this thing and it got most of it done. Now I could have done some cleanup before and after running this thing, but nonetheless, the point is this is easily 80% of the work done for you without you even having to think, and basically without you even having to know English. And it goes all the way to the end. The end HTML tag, it's all in there. So now I can do any final cleanup I want at this stage, right? I can walk through the page, TFAN Online Marketing Solutions, this is in the title. Then for the description, here's the rest of it, and on and on. So if I want, I can do my review, and I can just make sure I like the variations it's doing, and I can just walk across this page and make any tweaks I want to all this stuff and add new things if I want traffic, if I want volume traffic, if I want anything else that makes sense, and it could be flowing or spurting or spewing or whatever it is, anything I want to do, right? I can get all this stuff done now manually. I could say your way or our way, whatever it is that makes sense for creating all the variations that you're interested in. You want, you desire, you need. I can get all this done and just touch it up. Might be 15 minutes, might be a little longer. It just depends on the length of your sheet and how comfortable you are doing this already. So now I'm done. What do? Well, I hit the header generator, right? Now we need to create our final files, an HTML file and a CSV file. Watch this. Here's the coding for the HTML file. I copy it, stick it on a new sheet because I got to concatenate it without concatenating everything else. Code reassembly with a space puts it all into one cell, and it's in one cell. So I run the replace editor just to clean it up, and I'm done with that. And all I have to do is hit save as HTML, yes, overwrite, and I'm done. Let's see how that looks. We're done with this, by the way. Now let's look. Here we go. I already see it in the title tag. I know it's going to be in the meta description. It's wherever else I wanted to create any of these variations, and it's nice and clean. Only thing, I got to change space question marks back to question marks. You can't really do that from Excel. I don't know why. But do you see how dense the vars are? They're decently dense. They're all the way down. Most of the work was completely done for me, and that's just nuts. And everything about the page is great. So let me make that final change real fast just because I want to. I'm just being picky-unish. Edit, replace a space question mark with a question mark. And you can make any changes you want at this point. Just don't mess with the vars, right? Make sure that they stay there. And I'm done with that. So now let me go back to my sheet. I can get rid of the top line, remove the SSS's, and there I have it. So I can save that as the var sheet, the CSV file, and I can close this thing now. Look at that, vars.csv. The only oddball is it still produces a blank column in the beginning. Just delete that because you can't have blank columns, and save it. And that's it. Literally all I had to do. I am now ready to process out tons of pages using the MOWG-Pro. So let me invent this profile for the first time. Let me come here, go to MA. That's the index page. Here's the var sheet. We know we're going to put them on MOWG-affiliate.com. And let's do 100 pages. We're not going to upload them right now. We're just going to look at them. And I'm just going to save the profile so I can always open it anytime without losing the data. Now the only thing I'm going to do for speed right now is just fake the URL structure. I could be decent with it. I could say online marketing system at its best, strong online solutions. I can create keyword optimization into my URL structure, step-by-step video training system. I could even do it now, step-step video training system, and that could be the first piece. So I go step dash by dash, if that's how I want it, step dash video training system, and then what's the next folder going to be? Allowing regular people the art of contacting whatever, anything about what they want to sell. And so let me just pound a bunch in real quick and throw in the ID field somewhere. It's got to go in there somewhere. It doesn't have to, it's just desirable. Okay, so I'm just kind of faking it. All right, I'm done. Now watch this. Let me process them. And this is going to make 100 pages. They're showing up right now, right here. This is getting created in front of me right now. All the work is being done. all the folders, and inside all the folders, all the subfolders, whatever it was I did with the URL structure about nearly anything, and then my pages, which of course, if I put a little time into my URL structure, I'd make the page names and the folder names make a little more sense. How readable is this? Take a look. It went from attention to recognition. I could have used anything else besides attention. I could have said, get a load of this. I could have said, hey. I could have said, check this out. Those could be my vars. That's just touching up that var sheet manually after they're done with the work. Your traffic worries or history genuinely. Okay, kinda. Our industrial toughness software and step-by-action movie education process is permitting routine Joes to master the art of calling thousands of folks hourly from several websites about nearly anything they want to market. Dear traffic starved online marketer. And I mean, it's pretty reasonable. You concur that time happens to be hard earned cash best, and that's what it did for right. I'd fix that. Well, for the sake of conserving both of us some time and ultimately making you a lot of cash, let's, and it says receive straight to the point. I'd say get straight to the point or go straight to the point, right? Or get right to the brass tacks. Anything you want for that. I'm 99% sure you're here, considering you demand an additional stream of traffic flowing to your website or supply. This goes on and on. It is reasonably readable. For Google, this is actually enough. This is enough for backlinking purposes, and the only reason I clean it up more really is just simply because I assume that people are going to physically see the page. So the little cleanup stuff I would do would finish it off, but most of the work was done for me, which is great because when you think about it, that's 100 files created. And if I want 100 more, I just hit the button again, right? These can all go on my website. Now what's it doing? Let me get back to the runs folder where it puts all these things. There's another one. And it's got another stack of pages that are completely different than the first stack, okay? And so, however it's going through these things, again, it's just individual pages. And these are going to get indexed by Google. The majority of them will. And they're going to be mainly readable almost without me even knowing English. That's the power we have now. It's absolutely nuts. Okay, and so these things can go up, and that's the first huge chunk I wanted to point out. I tested this on all kinds of web pages. I just went to Google and started doing searches for anything: make money online, website marketing Seattle, how to earn fast cash, whatever you want. And I grabbed like the first 3 websites in each case and I ran them through, and I had the same results in the same speed. Literally, I could do 10 of these a day with just a little bit of elbow grease getting the process down in the first place. A relative newbie walked in to a jeweler's. I don't know if it's the guy we were talking about before, but I just got his information the other day. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find. Okay, I found it. I paused and got this out of my email, and I just want to go over this real quick. I want to give away who it is in case he doesn't want to be known. I just thought I'd share it with you anyway. This is a relative newbie. This is like his first or second run. And he just had to say, hey, Dave, how's the new rewriter update going? Any firm release date? Heck, he doesn't even know what we have now. George said he did something like 3 full MOWG runs this past weekend using the spin rewriter. He wound up doing 5 in 3 days, and that was before. Can't wait to see what the updates will bring. You bet, because now it's crazy. How's he close it? By the way, I don't want to jinx anything, so if tomorrow morning goes as planned and the client doesn't back out at the last minute, I will have a signed contract and first payment on a 10K MOWG run. Pretty cool how it happened. I'll start with me going to some old, sell some old gold I have from Turkey I haven't worn in 15 years. Fill you in on the details if you're interested. It turned out, I followed up. I wound up hearing that this guy already collected. It was 10,500, and he got paid for a run. And this is his first or second run. I mean, that's insane. The part we have now is so severe, the price is going to go up. It's going to pretty much double, and it's going to happen soon. So if you're going to get the MOWG-Pro, definitely be doing it now. There's another point I want to make about what we did with the updates, though. I was talking about the importance of the updates. Let me see if I can remember what the heck the website is. Might need to pause again. Let me do that, actually. Okay, I found it. Let me show you. Building websites today. You'll be able to see an example here anyway. This is cool. Whenever you do a run, and this happens to be with a placeholder website, and you could run this thing through the spinner as well to create different versions of the placeholder website if you want with perfect ease. Make your own unique placeholder websites. It's crazy. We now have something new. We built one main website called MOWG sitemap.html, and you link to it in the root. So you put a link on the main page like we did here, related links, and it clicks right there. Now, what happens here? Every time you do a run, it will create a master sitemap, and it will add the new link in every case to this particular sitemap, um, the sitemap, right off the main page. Now, what are these? These are the individual runs that we did inside the system. And guess what? These are all the sitemaps for all the submenu links. So every single one is connected, even the older ones that got renamed if you created a new sitemap. The old ones are now linked. There are no broken links anywhere. Absolutely everything you ever do is always linked fully now, literally from the top down. It doesn't matter if you do them in different project folders. This one's in a folder called internet-advertising. The next one's in a folder called what-advertising. I was just doing some testing. So if I click on either of these, they have all the sitemap links, all the main sitemap links, and they connect to the new and the old sitemap links, and even the oldest of them. They don't get lost. They're completely interlaced properly so that always all these sitemap links are always together for the Google bots. That means once you create your web page and get it up there, all you have to do is create one link to the MOWG-sitemap.html. That's it. And once you create that one link, then anytime you do new productions on the MOWG-Pro, you just whip out new projects, whether you put them in the same folder or a new folder or whatever. Every time you hit the process button on one of those things, all the new pages that get uploaded using this upload to FTP server method, every one of them gets connected properly. That means you never get orphan links or orphan projects or have to add new sitemaps or old sitemaps or anything like that. They're always intact. That means from now on, the work is as simple as just opening the thing, loading the profile, and with the FTP information intact, you would just hit next and process. And every time you create new pages, they're all connected to your website. As many pages as you set, whether it's 100 or 1,000 or 250 or 10,000 or however many you wanted. Okay, they're all connected all the time. No broken links, no lost links, no outdated links. They're all there unless or until you take projects down manually. And even when you do that, just take it off the MOWG-sitemap.html page if you want. And that's all you have to do. And so there's really no work. And for those of you who understand the batch files, create one batch file button and you just hit that once a week maybe, and it'll put 1,000, say, new pages on your website. And it will connect up the new sitemaps, keep track of the old ones, have it all interlaced together so you never have to submit them to Google. You never have to worry about the links getting broken, nothing like that. That's what's cool about the MOWG version 2.0. Absolutely hot. And so that's where we're at now. This is why the price is going to rise. If you're going to get it soon. And that's what's going on. Just absolutely crazy power. I went back through, I think it was 15 projects or something like that when I did the YouTube videos on the MOWG System introduction that we did now. As a matter of fact, let me just make it obvious so that you don't lose track of it. Go to youtube.com/maxedtraffic, all one word, and you come down here, the MOWG System introduction. This right here, like I said, I had like 35 tabs open in Google and I just walked through them one at a time making points. And we went through like 15 projects. And it took like a month for each of those projects back in the day. Some of these are 6 months old, some are a year old, some are in between. And now, when I look at it now, if I was able to start with the web page in each case, in each of those 15 projects, I could literally have them done like overnight. Maybe 2 days to get all the results we show you on Google front pages. Everything that happens, it's possible to do it all in a day or two with the new version of the MOWG-Pro, the MOWG-Pro version 2.0, and the MOWG Toolbar version 17 with that spinner power that we have now. Okay, it's literally possible to get all that done in a day. It's crazy the amount of power that we have right now. And for those of you who know enough, you could do what? you could change out the website name on the index file, just do an edit replace the website name with a domain token, and maybe use a project folder token, and you can create a bunch of profiles for different websites. And as long as you upload the images and CSS files, as long as you get that set up in the main project, then all of these, you can run each of these and pound out the same run on 5, 10 different domains. People were asking, can you use the same template? The answer is yes. You can buy free templates all over the place. Well, you can get free templates, you can buy cheap ones, you can buy expensive ones. They're everywhere. HTML templates. And people were always afraid, what if I put the same template up on all these different websites? We've proven that Google could care less because the content is unique and people are selling the same templates to different people all the time. No one builds these anymore except for really big companies. So you can do one big project for your own domain, and then you can buy a bunch of side domains and set up those profiles to all run 1,000 pages on each, or 5,000 pages on each, or 2,000 pages on each, and keep adding 1,000 a week to them, and they can all backlink your main website, driving it up in rank for all the keywords you want. And we've never had this kind of power before, and it's just incredibly easy now. That's my update. That's what I wanted to show you, and I just want to remind you, definitely get it soon. And finally, make sure, if you want, to specify a WMS affiliate and get them their credit, get your rebate, and that also just gives you someone else that you can learn something from. All right, that's my update. I hope you find that interesting. It's really crazy, and those who take advantage of it now, whether you're selling the runs or just pounding them out for yourself until the mud sticks against the wall and you start getting paid on some of those runs, and you just double up your efforts on those. Whatever it is you want to do it for yourself or do it for other guys who already know what they want to pitch. Doesn't matter anymore. The power is absolutely crazy. And for those who are asking about secondary licenses, what's the point of the cheaper secondary licenses? The answer is, if you are doing work for other clients, they probably do not want to learn the system themselves. They want you to do it for them. But you can hand them the finished project files you create. You can hand them the project files and a push button, the batch file push button. And all they need to know, they don't have to understand any of this, except unless you teach them how to open the var sheet, and wherever their keywords are, you just teach them to change the keywords and close it for whatever new keywords they want. Then just hit the push button batch file to run out all their profiles on whatever number of websites they have. And that's all they need to know and all they really want to know. And that's why it's cheaper. You can bundle it in. That way, instead of just saying, I'll give you 1,000 pages for your money, or I'll give you 2,500 or 5,000 or 10,000, you'll say, I'll give you unlimited pages over time. We suggest about 1,000 per month per domain, or 1,000 per week per domain, whatever it is you think for the guy, and just run them up. If you want to be conservative, we always say 250 a week. Still, that's 250 new web pages a week per site the guy has, and you run the whole thing off just one index file with one var sheet. You don't have to create new projects. One project can be put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 50 different domains, all backlinking the main domain to drive the rank up, and all at the same time pitching. They can have the intro video, the email sign up form, the PayPal buttons, even the contact us information, all on all those pages. So if you did like 2,000 pages per backlink domain and you did 10 of those, it's 20,000 backlinks pointing into the main site to start the guy off, and you did maybe 5,000 pages on his site to start him off. Then you hand him the project files, and all he has to do is hit the button once a week to keep adding new pages where all the sitemaps interconnect automatically. He doesn't have to do anything but hit the button. That's it. Once a week, hit the button. Once a week, hit the button, and you'll keep winning more and more of those keywords you want and hit the top places for all the keywords you want, and that's it. So you bundle it in, and what you're bundling in is the secondary license. As long as you have a primary license, you have the right to bundle in a secondary license with any project you do for a client, where part of what they're paying you, if they're paying you 2,500, you're going to take the cost of the secondary license, send it to us for the secondary license, we send it to you, you use it to unlock the software on that guy's computer, and give him the batch file buttons to press. And that way, you are providing unlimited additional web pages all for the one-time price. That way you can charge higher up front, get it without question, and there's like no risk of a refund request anyway, because these guys are going to feel great about the fact that there's not an end to what they bought. They bought something and they don't have to worry about whether it worked or not. It will work some. If they keep hitting the button once a week, it will work more, and then more, and then more. And that's what's awesome. And the way you bundle in your pricing for how much you charge for the work you do is how many websites you want to set up for the guy. One project on his main website, maybe plus another 10 backlinking websites. And every time you would do that, maybe you're saying, I'll get you different hosts each time. And so he's got to pay for the first year, and then after that, it's on him. You charge him again, or you take the sites over, you just drop them. Don't pay for them the second year if nobody pays for them, or keep them if you want to use them for backlinking all your own stuff. Whatever it is you want to do, there it is. And so it's just however many hosting accounts you get the guy is, part of why the price would rise. Aside from just setting up more profiles for him and everything else, getting everything together. Can you make 1,000 a day with the MOWG system with almost no effort, whether you do it for yourself or others? Yes. Can you make 2,500 a day? Yes. Can you make 10,000 a day? Yes. This guy landed a $10,500 run. It may take him a day to complete it. He may actually hold off handing it over to the guy for a few more days just so it looks like he worked, even though he didn't have to hardly. And can he bundle in a secondary license so he can hand the guy the projects in the end with the push button to just keep adding more? He could. Or for 10K, he could do it himself and hit the button once a week himself for this guy. And that's it. Now, I have a lot of guys making 30 grand a month and more with the MOWG system the way it used to be. I cannot wait to see what happens when people take full advantage of the power we have now with the MOWG-Pro 2.0 and the MOWG Toolbar V17 all fitted out for automated intelligent article spinning that we get to convert back to full scale web page production and literally minutes per run for the base work, 80% of it done. The rest of it's just doing some SEO work to the pages, improving on them, and just going through the VARs to touch them up, polish them up. And that's about it. That's how incredibly powerful it is now. Don't know anyone else that has anything like this, and it's robust as it gets. The MOWG-Pro was built by a Microsoft programmer. If he built it for them, it would be a certified Microsoft product. It's incredibly robust. It works on XP, Vista, and Windows 7. Of course, Vista's kind of glitchy anyway. If you have Vista, upgrade to Windows 7. You'll love it. Your whole computer will work better. And of course, the MOWG Toolbar V17 works on Excel 2007 or 2010. It will not work on Excel 2003, just so you know. But when you get it, you will get the placeholder website for immediate backlinking. All you have to do is sprinkle in some keywords and a destination domain and hit go. Create as many backlinks as you want, anytime you want, for anything you want. And then now, the ability to create new web pages. When you go through the video series that I put on my YouTube channel, and I will put it up on the MOWG-Pro website soon, and the MOWG Crew, rather, MOWG-Crew.com/MOWG-Pro. That's how that goes. MOWG-Crew.com, the main website. And when you come down to the training link, full training, click on that. Right now, what it has is all the stuff about backlinking, how to use the MOWG-Pro with the placeholder website for backlinking, and literally step by step for complete beginners, how to get a domain and hosting account, how to use FTP. All this stuff is here. We're also going to have how to use the whole MOWG-Pro for MOWG-Pro runs on any website you want. And that is what we actually did already on the YouTube channel. I just need to build in all the shortcut links on this page so all the training's in one spot. I'll have that done here in a day or two, and you're going to be able to get all the training for everything right on this link. So let me just copy it and stick it here also as a reference, just to make sure you got it. And there you go. It's incredible power. It really is crazy, and it'll pay you back so fast using it that it's not funny. And you get all the updates for free. The MOWG-Pro 2.0 and the MOWG Toolbar V17 are free updates to anyone who bought the system. already, the MOWG-Pro anything. Get all those updates for free, and when you get in, you'll get all future updates for free for the period of a year from your purchase. That's how that works. And then there's a re-op after the year. We just have to determine what that is here soon. Probably going to be just a couple of $100 for the next year for the re-op. Okay, that's just to support ongoing research and development and so forth. But it's small. It's nothing. And even if you don't get the updates, your software will still work, and you may not even need updates for another 2 years. It's so far now, we're not really sure what else we can do with it. Um, yeah, it's really to the end of anything we can think of. It's just you can't do more with it. And so for all of you who wanted automation of the var sheet, you wanted to build in an intelligent article spinner to do most of the work up front, we have it for you now. It's in there. It's all there. So get it before the price goes up. And thanks for watching. I think you found this interesting. I hope you did. And those of you who are involved, make sure to contact me if you haven't gotten the latest software, because I sent it out earlier today. You should have it in your email. And if you haven't gotten it, check your junk mail just in case. And if you still haven't gotten it, let me know. Just send in your unlock code, something like that, to show me what you bought, and I'll make sure you get the free updates so you're all straight. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. This is Dave Bennett with WebsiteMarketingSolutions.com and MOWGCrew.com. Take care.